Well, here we are at the North Pole. It's cold, isn't it? Oh, it's the weather. I bet you're going to put something stupid behind us, like the Caribbean or something, aren't you?
No, I wouldn't do that. No.
Right.
We just wanted to take this opportunity to say a big thank you to those people who did contribute to the Indiegogo campaign. We did successfully reach our funding goal, and we have purchased a new camera, and we are filming with it right now.
That's it there.
That's it.
So, from everybody here at the 80s magazine, we'd just like to
just
say...
me and you, isn't it?
Well, just
Everybody.
the team behind, all the hundreds of people working, cheers, thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks. Team maker, thanks. We just want to say a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
And here's the Christmas podcast.
Yeah. Well, you said let's just talk about Christmas, so we've not actually planned this bit, have we?
No, but when I said I just want to talk about what Christmas was like for us in the 80s and the traditions and the little things that we remember about Christmas.
Well, I can start off straight away
Go on.
with the Argos catalogue. There are other retailers out there. The Argos catalogue, because I used to sit on my dad's lap and start circling with a pen.
Yeah, we did that, but it was the Grattan's catalogue, I think.
The what?
Grattan's or Kay's catalogue.
Oh, they're the K's.
You know where you can pay weekly?
Oh.
36p a week for the rest of your life.
They've just finished paying off for your Transformers.
My mum's still paying for it all.
That's great.
Those He-Man figures. Don't even know where they've gone, but she's still paying for them.
Just go, brilliant. That's great. 36p a week. It really was like that, wasn't it? Yeah, the Argos catalogue. I used to circle that. I used to love the Christmas time, and when they brought it out, usually October time, didn't they? The catalogue, knowing full well.
The thing that was better about the K's catalogue was when your mum went out the room, you could have a little sneaky look at the lingerie section.
Hey, Jay, you can't say that. Your kids might be listening to this.
They won't.
Of course they won't. We only realise it's me and you. That's true, though. You never had that in the Argos, did you?
No.
Unless you went to the gym bit, where the woman's advertising dumbbells. I said dumbbells.
Yeah.
I meant them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was my big thing. And
Talking
you
of
brought
circling,
up...
yeah, talking of circling things, the big... You knew Christmas was coming up when the TV Times came out.
Yeah, you just munchened?
I'm munching.
We've gone to Germany now. You mentioned that when we was setting up. I wasn't quite... That wasn't a big part of our Christmas, but I do remember because you brought that up, didn't you, as well? We used to have two magazines for 4 channels.
You had to have the Radio Times and the TV Times. The TV Times only did ITV and Channel 4.
Yeah.
Well, when Channel 4 came along, and BBC did BBC 1 and BBC 2.
And that is literally bizarre, isn't it? I can't... The kids now, or even people just a bit younger than us, they won't realise that that's what you had to do.
I know.
And you didn't get the Sunday paper with all the TV magazine like you do now. You had to go and buy the TV mag yourself, and to go and have to buy the TV Times for 2 channels. What was if you only had a bit of money and you only... I can only find out what's on BBC One tonight. That's terrible, isn't it?
Well, we used to sit with them, and because they'd always list the films at the front, and they still do. And they, and me and my brother would circle. My turn first. I'd circle the films that I want to watch and record, and then give it to him, and he'd circle the same ones. And I remember when Back to the Future was first on. Well, when these films came on the TV, they premiered at the time, it was a big thing, because the only other opportunity you had to see them was to rent them from the video shop.
Well, this, again, Superman. That was another one.
Oh, every Christmas.
It still is now.
Yeah. But I just recently bought the TV Times, which is out now, and it's got every single channel in it ever, even the satellite channels.
Never like
And
that, was it?
at the front, it's still got the films listed, and I'm going through thinking... I don't need to circle them. I don't even need to watch them at that time because it'll be on catch up, or I can stream it online.
Yeah, of course you can. Yeah,
or I can
that's where
watch
it's
it
all
on
different.
Netflix and.
So them days
know.
are gone, aren't they?
My kids will never have. I don't think that my kids will ever have this feeling of nostalgia that we have.
No.
Because everything that they own and watch and everything now will always be available to them.
Well, it's that, isn't it? It takes that. Literally seconds to find whatever you want.
They're never gonna have that. Oh yeah, I remember that. I haven't seen that for ages, kind of thing. Because if you look at things like the Teletubbies that have been going for 25 years now, it's still on. Well, maybe not 25 years, but been going for a long time, haven't they? Do you know what I mean? But it's still on all the time.
Mm.
So like my nephew is now 20, and he watched the Teletubbies and Barney and all of that stuff when he was a kid. But that's not a distant memory. They're still in recent memory. Whereas we watch things like Dodger Bonzo and the rest, which you can only just find a few clips of on YouTube, because when we were first born, it was still a time when TV studios were wiping the tapes and not keeping stuff.
What was that one you brought up the other day to me in your office? And it was the robot things. Do you remember?
The Telebugs.
Yeah, I forgot about them.
Exactly.
You can't. There's not many clips of them on
No.
YouTube.
But that was one of those things you'd completely forgotten about until you saw the book
Yeah.
and went, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's true. Well, I did it. I did it then. Yeah, I remember. The only one I remember that getting the Radio Times, and it was the Radio Times, is when they collaborated. Blimey, did you hear that?
Greg
I didn't even stutter when I said it. I just came out. When they
got together.
Yeah, cheers. And it was. See, it's got to be about 1990 then, or 89 possibly. And the Simpsons were on the cover, and it was such a big push, saying the Simpsons are coming to the UK for Christmas, their first time ever. And again now, they're just a part of the.
The Simpsons looked very different then, didn't they?
Yeah, Tracy Ullman.
Yeah.
Simpsons.
If you don't remember that, YouTube Tracy Ullman Simpsons.
Completely different.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was my Christmas one. I remember that one, getting that magazine and just thinking, what are the Simpsons? What's this push about that?
I mean, we talk predominantly about the 80s, but what you've got to remember is like 1990 was 24 years ago, nearly 25 years ago still. I mean, it just seems like recent memories, doesn't it? 1990 was the year Home Alone came out, and that's got to be one of my favourite Christmas films.
One or two.
One. I like two, but one was the...
Yeah, I think one's probably the best. I do like two though.
Yeah,
We should do a Home Alone one, shouldn't we?
Yeah, but then it got ridiculous, didn't it? 3. And I've seen today a film called Bone Alone.
Have you never heard of that?
No.
I can't believe you didn't know that was out.
And it's on
The
the
dog?
on the cover is the dog doing Kevin's face, like
Yeah.
off the cover of
Bone
the
Alone.
first one.
They did Home Alone 1, 2, 3, 4. I
Yeah.
think they did a 5. I'm sure they did. Might not. Possibly not.
Alone.
And then they brought Bone Alone out. Because I sent that to.
Sounds wrong.
I sent that to my other half, and she said, "You are. That's an absolute joke. Someone's designed that and sent it out." I said no, so I bought it to show it her. We never watched it. I mean, I'm not going to spend my time watching Bone Alone.
What were your favourite Christmas movies in the 80s?
Well, you know what I'm going to say straight away. I'm going to about actual Christmas, or not the ones that was just shown at Christmas.
No, actual Christmas movies.
Well, Santa Claus the movie.
Yeah.
It's got to be, hasn't it? Dudley Moore and all. Oh, it was just magical.
Phenomenal.
I don't think one comes even close to it. There are great Christmas films, but that is Christmas.
It is for us. However, my kids aren't interested in that one.
Really?
Yeah.
It's magical though.
I know.
The only criticism I ever had that film was Santa was a little bit on the mean side sometimes.
Do you think so?
Yeah, he came across a little
He
bit.
was the best Santa there, wasn't he?
Well,
Looking
it wasn't
Santa.
fake, was it?
No.
It was all real. But it did so much. He had a go sometimes at the elves and things. And I was like, don't have a go. You're Santa. You can't do that. Yeah.
I always wanted to be the homeless boy.
Did you?
Yeah.
Why would you want to be homeless?
No, I don't want to be homeless, but I wanted to be that character in the film, and then meet Santa and all of that. And
I always just wanted to eat one of them candy canes. Oh, wow, they were amazing. And he's flying all the way. Oh,
because John Lithgow was the bad
Yeah.
in it, wasn't he?
yeah. It was everything about that film. That's one of them that hasn't dated, because you can still watch that now. And although you probably will look at things, it's still magical. It is still Christmas. That is Christmas
It
for me.
is for us, but I don't know if it is for
Well, what do you
the
think?
new generation.
Well, what have the new generation got? Bad Santa.
No, I mean my
The
kids.
Grinch.
My kids are into stuff like Santa buddies and Santa paws and all of that kind of stuff. You know, there's modern Disney things.
You can't knock them, I suppose. But
They're not going to be classics.
no,
However, my kids watch that every Christmas, so when they're older, to them, it will be a classic memory of Christmas.
oh, see, I don't know. Oh, for them it'll be a memory,
Yeah.
but I don't. Like you said, I don't think it'll be a renowned classic for everybody.
No,
Because that's again, like you said, you can just stream anything now. But
Yeah.
then it was.
I don't think they're ever going to be on the top 10 greatest Christmas films of all time, whereas the Santa Claus probably will be. I mean, Santa Claus the movie, not the Santa Claus with Tim Allen.
If we're talking about the funniest clip ever from a Christmas movie, that's got to be Elf, hasn't it? And that's not
Oh.
80s, is it? But when he shouts Santa that loud in that shop,
Yeah, Elf is very funny.
that's got to be one of the best. Never liked the Grinch ever. I know that's not 80s, is it? But
Just thinking about the Elf again, when he's calling, is it Miles, the writer that they brought in? He's calling him an elf, the little guy, and he keeps calling him an elf in the boardroom, and he says, "Call me Elf one more time," and then runs along the table.
I don't remember that bit. To be honest, I always used to forward just to that bit where he shouts Santa in the shop. What about Christmas specials on TV then?
Oh, there were loads when we were kids, and there doesn't seem to be any anymore.
No, there isn't. They do the odd one, don't they?
Again, the Cannon and Ball Christmas specials, and obviously Morecambe and Wise was a massive event. when we were younger, that's kind of stopped as we got older.
Tommy Cooper.
But like Cannon and Ball, their specials were getting 22 million viewers.
Only Fools and Horses was the same, wasn't
Yeah.
it? I mean, I know that's a different sort of category, but
And I mean, to put that in context for anyone that doesn't live in the UK and doesn't know what the viewing figures would be like in the UK, 22 million viewers was phenomenal. The top shows now only get 12 million tops.
at a push.
Yeah. You know, so 22 million viewers, that was like nearly 2/3 of the UK probably watching that.
But it was. I mean, I remember like One Foot in the Grave when they did their Christmas special. It was like that's what you used to go and sit down to watch. And again, now we're so lucky with, you know, the recording. We don't have to do it. You can just go out and it'll still be recorded. Well, you can record, I could record something now from my phone, couldn't I, at home? But you used to sit down and watch it at that moment, and that's what the family used to do. And I don't think that's there anymore as much as it used to be either.
And you used to get Christmas specials from the Muppets and things like that that were just phenomenal. As a kid, it was just great. I
miss all them, you know. You got me thinking now.
I had VHSs full of this stuff. I don't know what happened to them
Oh,
all.
I've got them all somewhere.
Have you?
Yeah, they're in this, not this shed obviously, but yeah, we've got them somewhere because we never, well, because of the business that we're in, we always used to record stuff. Well, my dad used to record stuff for me and my brother. It doesn't make much sense to anyone else, but we're both in the, well, you are as well, in the sort of show business thing, if you like. Not famous, obviously, because we're nobody, but it's always, you used to record something. If you get one line, which is great, then you use it, and that's what we used to do. And so Christmas was a bonus for us because it was like you said, Cannonball used to be a half an hour. Christmas special was 2 hours. That's what it used to be, didn't it? Morecambe Rise used to be the massive, long, big. You used to wait in all night for that.
Yeah.
Christmas Day. Oh, good days. It's becoming depressing, this conversation, isn't it?
No, because, yeah.
Oh.
No, it isn't. It isn't. I think I've said this to you before. I love remembering all the 80s stuff, but then I'll get to a point where I think it's never coming back.
Come on, then. What's your favourite Christmas presents from the 80s?
Oh, He-Man stuff. Just, you can't, I can't explain the excitement when I opened those Christmas presents and there's the Dragon Walker or He-Man or a new He-Man figure. And, we'd just tear off the paper and rip open the boxes and throw them
If only you
away
didn't do that.
But we were kids and the toys were meant to be played with at the time. Obviously now I'd give my right arm to have those things boxed. I mean, I've got Castle Grayskull up there. That was something I never had as a kid. And I've bought since.
How much was it?
Oh, it was an eBay purchase. Wasn't a massive amount.
Incredible, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think
If
mine
I'd have walked
was my
in-
Spectrum.
If I'd have walked onto the playground and said I've got Castle Grayskull.
Oh, you'd had loads of friends.
Yeah.
In actual fact, you used to get bullied, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh dear. No, I think it was my Spectrum, to be honest, because that was just a new world, wasn't it? Getting them Spectrums coming, because I had the one, the 28K, the one with the tape attached. I had the one before as well, which
Well,
is
that was after it was sold. That was Amstrad that did that, because Amstrad bought the Sinclair Spectrums off Clive Sinclair, and they added the tape player, the built-in tape player. When it was still Sinclair, it was the
added on.
The ZX80, ZX81, Spectrum 48K, and then the 48K Plus he did.
Just getting them, opening that 128, because I had the one with the Operation Wolf and the gun.
Right.
So I had that, and the joystick and everything. I had the full. I was lucky enough to get the full big box. And again, if I just kept that box, I've still got the Spectrum. I've still got the Spectrum. Yeah, there's your. You got the
48K. Look at those keys.
plastic.
Rubber.
Sorry. Yeah, I've got the. I've still got all the games. I've got all the joystick and everything. The gun. I just haven't got the box. Gutted. Operation Wolf was so futuristic. Shooting out that gun, unbelievable.
Well, we had the ZX81, which was the predecessor to the 48K, and it had supposedly touch-sensitive keys, but they weren't. They were impossible to operate. And you used to get magazines, and you did for the 48K and the 128K, you used to get the Spectrum magazine with programs in. Do you remember that? And you could type your own programs.
Yeah.
And you'd spend 3 days copying the program out and press enter and it'd draw a box or something like that. But that's why we had coders in this country then. People who coded the games, bedroom coders, they've become referred to.
Yeah, so that was my favourite present, I think. But
Yeah.
I think my second favourite was, just before we go, was the... I think you put it on Facebook as a picture a few months ago. It's a little front of a car and you drive on that, and you steer. It's got
Oh
a little
yeah,
gear steer.
Tommy turning turbo. Yeah,
That's it. I used to. That was one of my favourites.
Yeah,
I used to think
I
I was
love
Knight
that
Rider
too.
in that. I mean, obviously it wasn't, but because when the lights went out, it was quite bright, wasn't it?
I mean, obviously we could go on for hours and hours about Christmas memories, and everybody's got their own Christmas memories. And Christmas in the 80s, because we were kids, was a very, very special time on it.
Yes, it really was.
So we'll save those memories for next Christmas when we'll do a Christmas special.
We'll do like an unboxing or an unwrapping, couldn't we?
Yeah,
Yeah. I'll get you something, you get me something.
yeah,
That'd be good.
yeah.
All right then.
All right.
Well, Merry Christmas.
And Merry Christmas to you too.
If it's August, then happy summer.
Yeah,
Hope it's hot.
and hope you're looking forward to Christmas.
Actually, it's my birthday soon. Then if it's August.
And mine.
Oh, happy birthday!
Thanks, and you.
Cheers.
Ta-ra.
Ta-ra.